Guys, let's hit some cardio. Let's lose some weight over here. Time to run the ropes on this heavy week of wrestling. 2 weeks to be exact. We just came from SummerSlam weekend. NXT Takeover was amaze balls. They also won the Wednesday Night Wars apparently because Dynamite was on Saturday. But Jon Moxley, a very, very high the top guy in AEW, let's say.
How high is he?
Well, I don't know how high he gets, but he's on the top of the chain in AEW, and he had a lot to say about Vince McMahon. He very critique about Mr. McMahon. He says he's the one that's the problem in WWE.
Is that because his wife doesn't get a paycheck from there no more?
Oh.
Hey, that was my choice.
Was it?
Was it?
I don't know.
I feel like
I'm asking.
Did he say anything that you were surprised about?
Yeah. You know what that tells me?
Nah.
Is that Vince hasn't had to, get Jon Moxley out of jail, out of a murder crime, out of a double homicide. Like, that's what, you know what I mean? Because anybody that's had that type of backing from Vince ain't saying that shit. They're like, Vince is a great man. Vince is a great man. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, if he's helping you out,
I guess that's the start of...
Listen, you got to take Vince like it is. He's either going to help you out or he's going to fuck you. Right?
Wow.
Hey.
No. Whoa.
In the case of certain lady referees.
Take that how you will. But that's what it is. And happy birthday to Vince McMahon himself. Belated birthday. Had his birthday this week. Yo, what is he, 77 now?
Yes,
75.
75?
I see now.
Yo, taking bumps. You taking bumps? Showing Gronk how to do it?
Yeah.
Better condition than all of us.
Welcome.
I'm sorry, but like,
Facts.
Gronk scared to jump off the... I'm afraid of heights, but I would have done it. And Gronk...
The boss should never ask them to do something he wouldn't do.
That's right.
Good shit.
Somebody should have told him not to. He's 75 years old.
Gentlemen, the Thunderdome has arrived. How do we feel about the Thunderdome?
I feel like the NBA did this shit over a month ago.
That shit is distracting.
How so?
I can't wait till I finally get to use my invite that they sent me 3 days ago.
Do you guys remember?
So, wait, hold the fuck up. How is it that we get an invite 3 days ago for last week's Thunderdome?
Did you get the?
And it's dated.
Did you get?
How does that happen? How does that happen?
That it was an error?
No.
No.
They made that shit was like it was good.
No, I got it.
Oh.
Oh, maybe I haven't checked my email today, but listen,
they gave them.
That still is ridiculous.
So
they sent me 5
kept
emails.
The guys out.
No. They sent me 5 emails before the event, and then the one with the link they don't send, and I get it 3 days ago.
Is it one for you and 4 for Little Savage?
Ooh,
that's what you got.
Everybody got confused. You got so many Savage.
One for each inch.
Hey, 4 off the floor.
There's a lot of. It takes up a lot of screens to invite that one Savage. I'm telling you.
Wow.
That's why they didn't want to put me into the Thunderdome. But yeah, you get this naked white couple that got off, came out on screen. Like, yo, people violated. They were very specific in saying not to do nothing.
Exactly.
You sure that wasn't Jay the Jobber?
Oh, shit.
I'm not sure.
Maybe we found him?
Was it?
Well, they issued a statement on that KKK imagery, that's for sure. And they weren't having it. But they still didn't mention nothing about the Velveteen Dream, though.
Oh, Fire Velveteen Dream?
Which showed up on, I believe it was SummerSlam, the biggest stage of the summer.
In the main frame.
Damn. I think they want to fire Velveteen Dream.
They also put up the picture of Chris Benoit. They also put a picture of the guy that broke into Sonya Deville's house.
Oh yeah,
which is wild, disrespectful.
That's crazy. That's not even funny, bro. Like, why would you do that? You know what
I thought it would
no
be
nice things. Why? Like, no nice things. Not one. We can't have no nice things.
I'm surprised Owen didn't make it.
And it's not just in wrestling. It's in everything. Everywhere. Think about it.
Has the NBA had the same
fucking
issues?
Nice thing.
Has the NBA had the same issues?
Nope.
Exactly. Because us wrestling fans are a bunch of degenerates.
Que no se lavan
Don't
el
have
All right.
no more nice things either.
And we're a bunch of. I just thought about it. We grew up in the Generation X, right?
Right.
Fucking, it is what it is, yo. They should have known better. That's probably the reason why they didn't want to do it in the first place. But now, with not knowing when we're going to be able to get in an arena, they have to find a way to make it more interactive. And you know what? I think for the wrestlers, it definitely made it more interactive. It definitely made it interactive. Because you know what? SummerSlam this weekend was not half bad, man. I still think TakeOver was better, but SummerSlam was pretty good.
It was
pretty
probably
good.
the second best pay-per-view of the year, behind Royal
Wow.
Rumble.
That's saying a lot.
Saying a lot. I don't know.
A lot of people are back and forth on it.
There's a couple of matches
I
that flopped.
definitely love the concept.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But they did a dope job, and I think it was the wrestlers feeding off the crowd, man. You know what I mean? The scene, like there's actual stimulus. People are looking at you. You put on a show. When you're under pressure, you perform at your best, right? Isn't that something that a good friend of mine made Mr. Seth, right? So
pressure, bust pipes, but it makes diamonds. And I'll tell you what, I thought it was pretty interesting because the first night we saw all this shit about like people falling asleep and like the crowd is dead and blah blah. It's like, oh my god, you people bitch about everything, right? And then they do this at SummerSlam, and now they give people directions, right? There's like, all right, now clap for your world champion, like, and there's like a little bit like, oh, boo this guy. Where do we draw the line here? Like, should we continue?
Well, are they directing them, or are they just telling them, listen, it's smarter to put your thumbs up so that it looks better as a visual?
The fuck is the difference?
For the fans watching at home, they don't hear like the crowd too much. I don't hear that much of the crowd.
No, they pipe it in.
That's 2K.
Right.
That's 2K
So for me going like that, for me seeing somebody go like this, I'm seeing, okay, a bunch of people going like this, the crowd's popping for them. You feel me? It's easier to distinguish.
This is also pretty whack to do while you're watching wrestling.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I mean, McIntyre asked for it, right? Everybody, give me a thumbs up. Even Harambe was.
I think that was.
You know what that move was?
That was a shot at the rumors.
Yeah.
Because that's what the phrasing that they said. To put your thumbs up for whatever.
No, I think it's people probably thought that it was pre-recorded. You know what I mean? Like the fan shit was pre-recorded. It wasn't actually live, but it was. But listen, it is what it is. It was cool. People putting the thumbs up. I mean, think about it. If you have to fill a seat at an event, you're doing what they ask you, right? So, same thing. You're gonna be in the Thunderdome. They're gonna ask you to do some shit.
Gotta be wild, baby.
Now my question is,
you definitely
Pretty Chubbs, you're the only one that can answer this because you're the only one that was able to get in there to the preview, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it from the vantage point of the screen that's in the arena, or you just see it like it's on TV?
No, you see it like on TV.
Oh, that's corny as hell.
Yeah.
I thought it was like I'm gonna be like in the seat.
No,
you know what I mean?
You're just.
But that would suck if you're like the bleachers, right? Like,
bro, you get what you pay for, bro.
You sit at home, you can't see shit. Like,
yeah, for real.
You got what you pay for.
Like, I'm here via satellite. I still got the fucked up seats.
You're like behind the Titantron and shit.
You did mention
you at least get like a section. You know what I mean? Or like one side of the ring. You know what I mean? You get a one side of the ring.
The dark side,
like the top of Vince's head by the gorilla.
The dark side of the ring.
So what about that?
So you did mention the pressure the wrestlers would have under these fans watching them now, and I can imagine the pressure. Having the stalker of Sonya Deville fucking staring you down as you're trying to freaking have your match. Apparently, she has additional threats, guys, from unknown people this time, and including phrases going as far as "my knife is sharper than Phillips," and I'll finish the job that Phillips started. Yo, what the fuck, man? like what the fuck is wrong with people?
That's really trashy.
This is why we can't have nice things at all.
No nice.
You know what I want to know?
Like,
what compelled them to this? Like, what did Sonya ever do to anybody?
Mental illness, man. That's, I guess.
And then what do you get out of that? Like, what do you think you're? What's gonna happen? Like, how do you think that's gonna end up for you?
All right, but can something like that be like homophobia?
Like you can't run from anywhere.
But
like,
we don't know
they're putting tracking devices in your bras.
We don't know the motive yet, though, right? Because I feel like that's the easy, assumption. But I don't even think it's that. I'm telling you, it's obsession.
Yeah.
He probably was obsessed with her, and at some point, he thought he had an interaction with her, or she was like vibing or something, and he met her in person at an event. She spoke like she didn't even know who the fuck it was. You know what I mean? Watch the movie The Fan. I'm telling you, this shit happens. People get
and then watch The Wrestler.
Yeah.
Just watch it.
It's a great movie.
Then follow it, Ready to Rumble.
I like Dumb and Dumber a lot.
That shit is gross, yo. That shit is disgusting.
The ketchup scene?
No, fucking like people stalking people out and like going to their crib, dog. Like, yo, what is wrong with
That's
you?
a lot.
Crazy. That's
you
crazy.
need friends, yo. If ever you're like sitting there and you're like, yo, I'm gonna send them a letter and I promise I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna kill them. If you ever think that, like, yo, just look to your left and be like, yo, friend, what do you think about this idea? Right? And if A, there's no one for you to say that to, or B, your friend thinks it's a bad fucking idea. It's not a good idea. Don't do that.
No, that's a mistake, Mission, because you don't have people talking to people that are not there, yo.
Yeah.
They're going to start having imaginary friends and shit.
Yo, maybe it makes more sense.
Schizophrenia is a real thing.
Shit.
When you say it out loud, sometimes it makes more sense, yo.
This is true. This is true.
This is us. This is us trying to make sane of all this whole situation in the middle. In the world where you can get shot for fucking anything these days, right?
The one thing we know about this quarantine is that it can be a pressure cooker, folks.
Oh, right? And they're fucking boiling.
And they're ready to blow.
Speaking of blow,
I got dirty real quick.
WWE writing blows. Blows a ton. Can we all agree on that? I think that's just putting it lightly.
Are you mad at them about? Talk to me. What are you mad at them about? What they do to you?
Storylines that suck, and writing that isn't entertaining, but terrible booking.
Something new.
Also,
yo, you remember what?
Something new?
When Dominic brought his parents to the show?
Yo, that was the meme of the fucking century.
Yo,
how many getting dropped off of college and shit? Yo, when I saw that, I had literally just seen a friend or a previous coworker I had back in the day. She had pictures that weekend, that Saturday, of her dropping off her daughter at Penn State. And then seeing that fucking Dominic shit had me dying, bro. Because it's the same picture, bro. Yo, it looks the same way.
Also, is Mustafa Ali really mad that he jacked his gear?
I mean, it didn't light up. And it had a hoodie.
I think Glacier was more upset.
How about Seth Rollins' gear?
That shit was dope.
Continuing last week's convo.
That was one of the
SummerSlam.
Yeah. That is one of my.
He did it again.
My favorite aspects of the weekend are the throwbacks.
Your favorite what?
To legends like Bam Bam, right?
Yeah.
You saw that at Takeover. That shit was awesome. You had a little Razor, little Shawn Michaels with Damian Priest. What did Johnny have on? He had some interesting shit on too. I forgot what it was though.
Because he lost.
But yeah, exactly. But nah, it was dope, man. It was awesome. I definitely could dig that shit. You do that shit 7 times on Wednesday, bro. Do that shit 7 times on Wednesday, bro. I like it.
Definitely. We know what something we didn't see though, or someone rather. Sean Spears. We actually haven't seen him in a while.
It's okay.
Apparently it hasn't been used at all, but he's kind of complaining here. I wouldn't take it as a complaint, but he's making note of it, let's just say. I even put myself up against anybody on the roster in terms of being able to adapt to any situation on any given night, in any given moment. And that just comes with nearly 20 years of experience and paying attention to the guys that I've tried to emulate throughout my career. I also feel I've earned the trust because I've been doing things right. And I believe in professionalism, and I believe in putting on the best show possible, and regardless of the scenario or audience. I've said this before. and I've gone on the record.
That whole statement?
It's well documented that Sean Spears has not been on TV as of late. And I may have gone a little bit overboard and accused one Cody Rhodes of being a chicken shit heel and running from him. But no, maybe there's something else here, yo. What's up with this? Does he got something here, or maybe
they're all
maybe he's just?
Let's just make one thing clear, guys.
They're
and this has to be said. This has to be said. Sometimes we have to acknowledge that your best is not our best, right? So you may feel you're doing the best you can. You may feel you're doing everything. You're performing. You're entertaining the crowd. But the powers that be do not feel that's the case. It's the same gripe we have with anything, right? This is life.
The Brooklyn Brawler has been working for 40 years for the largest company in the world. Doesn't necessarily mean he's your best performer ever, you know?
Exactly.
Also, keep in mind.
What else are you bringing to the table, right?
Keep in mind, one Tully Blanchard was your manager, right? Sean Spears, and now he's moving on to greener pastures, right? To better.
So
crazy.
What's that about? What's that about?
That's crazy.
Why is Tully now with FTR? Are they going to be the new Four Horsemen with Sean Spears? Because
that's cute that you keep saying with Sean Spears.
Right. Now he keeps mentioning that you get creative freedom here. It's not like WWE, but don't forget, maybe Cody's head still hurts from a chair shot he got last year, I think it was, and maybe he's just not sitting too well with that. Maybe this is a pow.
You think this is a repeat?
You think he's been buried since then?
Not buried,
you know,
buried,
like a slow,
but put to the side, right? How do you have Tully Blanchard and they're not doing nothing with you?
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody,
that's weird.
Everybody's gotten love. Like everybody's gotten a manager.
And he got the sharpshooter.
Right.
He put his hands on Brandy.
He's doing too much to not be put on television, and he has
and
a
the black
in
glove.
Tully. So I don't know why he hasn't at least shown up next to FTR or something like that. Maybe they're gonna do a big stable, but Sean Spears should have been on TV. That's how I feel.
Maybe it's to make us forget, so when he does pop up, it's like, oh shit.
But he's not away enough for that to even be the case either, right? Sure. Like he's kind of.
Is he on Dark? I don't watch enough Dark to know if he's on there like that.
He's on sometimes. He was on Dark this week.
Okay, I guess his gripe is with television.
He's a very good performer. I'm entertained by him. I like to see him wrestle. But has he done anything magnificent since being on AEW? Right? And it's the business of what have you done for me lately, right?
Yeah, he smacked the shit out of Cody with a steel chair.
I thought.
And then he joined Tully, and that was.
But you know what? What you guys are not considering is what if this man is taking some time to help his partner, his love's career in bodybuilding and fitness. As you saw, she was performing, Peyton Royce. That's why she's been so thin. I was like, yo, what happened, bro? She's a hamburger. But that's what it was. I didn't realize she was, cutting weight. I didn't know. Now I do.
Que tú no sabes nada, bro.
Can we get the red hair back? All right.